to be joined by General Jivakis. How's it going, man?
Radiant team pick.
Are you there, General Jivakis? This is what happens when we do not test this beforehand. All right. Well, we'll hope that. Nope. I heard something.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. We got something. How's it
10
going?
seconds remaining.
Hi, Breaky man. Sorry, I didn't have my mic switched on. You know, just
5 seconds
caster things. No, what a great first game though. Like Blue Pikachu managed to hold off that onslaught. Like I said before the game began, it looked like Digital Chaos. Tiny, super strong at the moment, and also Koifa on that Broodmother. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna stomp this. And they managed to hold it off, no problem at all.
Yeah, that was something. I mean, definitely props to Blue Pikachu again for putting the fight that they did and making it very, very interesting. It almost looked like they were going to be starting to run away with it, but yeah, DC too much in the end. So we got a draft to talk about though here in game number 2. So let's start getting into it. First off, the initial bans. It was Wyvern, Slardar, and Night Stalker taken away from Blue Pikachu. You had Brewmaster, Lone Druid, and Bounty Hunter on the side of DC. So a little bit of response from either team from the first game. And then we had a Bane into a Shadow Shaman Beastmaster. And now the Tiny coming out once again for Digital Chaos. So what do you make of the draft so far here, Jivakis?
Oh, I don't know if they wanted to let the Tiny through again. I'm really surprised not to see it being first ban, and that, you know, you've got 3 bans to pick from. I don't know why they let it through. They don't think the Tiny was that big of a deal. Is that what it is? They didn't ban out the Brood either. Shadow Shaman, different lineup though. A lot of lockdown. Beastmaster with a Roar, really strong in the offlane as well. But Bane is really strong in this patch as well.
Tiny's interesting because I know, like, overall, Tiny's been considered a pretty powerful hero for a lot of the meta currently as far as with the new patch. But, I mean, I will say that first game, Tiny clearly wasn't that... I mean, it was a Broodmother, right? Like, Tiny wasn't really that big of a deal for Blue Pikachu in the first game. So I guess I could see why they chose to leave that option open at least. For DC to pick up again. But yeah, the Bane's another very interesting one. I'm excited to see again. I was making a point. This is the first time I get a cast with the patch here at this point. But so I haven't casted a Bane game yet with the new patch. But Bane's had an interesting journey already. He's already got pretty good nerfed to start the patch, but he's still a pretty strong one.
I mean, I think PPD's journey back to professional Dota 2 player, I think he's kind of just brings Bane with him. You know, it's like synonymous with him. But I mean, Ice Rock has been so kind to Bane in this patch. Even people playing him, trying to play him as a core mid hero.
Beastmaster, Shadow Shaman for Blue Pikachu. Beastmaster has been another one that I know, especially on the pub side of things, really kind of jumped up the win rate chart with the changes that he had. I do love the idea of the whole random neutral creep at level 4 of Call of the Wild right there. So we'll see what he's able to bring to the table. But they're going to throw a Clockwork in as well. This is a very, very active Blue Pikachu team so far.
I like the Clockwork. It gives you that position 4. He's going to be the roamer. He's got the BKB piercing stun, the cogs. I like it. Oh, we're going to see Sand King and just yeah, okay, that's going to be their roamer 4.
Sand King response. I mean, I'm talking about how active Blue Pikachu could potentially be, but man, Digital Chaos, just a similar route for them with what they're picking up right here. And you know, we did see last game even potential, or I guess last game, no, they did not go aggressive Tiny in the end. They ended up with the safe lane, but they protected him pretty well. So expecting perhaps a similar thing here. And Timbersaw going to be their 4th pick after what's the Vengeful Spirit for Blue Pikachu. So definitely pick. I mean, hell, DC is pretty confident with the draft. They haven't used reserve time yet.
10 seconds remaining.
Still sitting there. So they're pretty confident with what they have going. But I guess now the question is, what are they going to final pick here? Because you figure they probably need a mid hero with their final pick. Consider if they choose to send the Tiny safe lane, of course, and Timbersaw off lane. But I mean, they could mix things up here, so we'll see.
I mean, Timbersaw could play mid. And that's an option, but at the same time, I think they've got a lot of lockdown. I'm not sure Timbersaw is the greatest pick. Broodmother going to feel that final ban, and Viper going to get banned. There's so many mids getting banned out. They're kind of focusing in on it, obviously.
Yeah.
Or Invoker or something, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I guess Invoker's still on the board. I know Qualifiers definitely has history playing that hero, that's for sure. So
10 seconds
can't blame them
remaining.
for banning the Broodmother. That's understandable from Blue
5
Pikachu. And
seconds
even the
remaining.
Viper response from Digital Chaos. But as you're pointing out, you look at across the board, I mean, really is a lot of heavy mid-heroes being banned here. So I brought up both teams as far as their Dota buffs beforehand in this patch, so maybe we can pull up that real quickly. Yeah, nothing obvious. Sniper, 1 game for Digital Chaos. I mean, that's still on the board. As a potential pickup, but again, we really haven't had a lot to work with yet as far as what teams are liking to run.
I think TA looks pretty nice for Blue Pikachu.
Okay. Why is
Just
that?
with the armor
Radiant
piercing,
team pick.
maybe give them the ability to. Oh, we're gonna get Omni Knight, so it will be Timber Mid, or it could be Tiny Mid, but unlikely without an IO.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Omni Knight coming out. No, I was gonna say, are we gonna see a core Bane
10
here? Is that gonna
seconds
be a thing
remaining.
at this point? No. But no, that's probably gonna stick to the support
5
Bane.
seconds remaining.
Very interesting final pick. I wonder why the Omni Knight though. With what does he really bring? I guess the repel is okay this game. It's honestly not even that good this game. There's still plenty that can go through it anyway, so repel's not going to be like that great of an ability. And there's Guardian Angel, of course, which is always, pretty good, but I don't know. Omni Knight to me doesn't feel like an obvious pick here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll. No, I just. They obviously have a plan, right? They obviously have a plan. We got Timbersaw, we got Tiny, we got Omni Knight. They got a plan. They got Vengeful Spirit in the core role for Blue Pikachu as well. I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah, what that plan is, though, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Vengeful Spirit in that core role, another one of those heroes that had those changes as part of that B patch right there to maybe tone things down a little bit. But yeah, the core potential Vengeful Spirit. Now you throw the Ursa to top it all off. But so if they're okay, So Villain was playing the Viper last game. So does that mean we're probably gonna see the Ursa mid, the Vengeful Spirit, of course, in the safe lane, and then you expect Beastmaster as more of the off lane for them. But yeah, the Vengeful Spirit core right here. I mean, the swap is nice potentially, but again, if you're a core Vengeful Spirit, you're really looking to use it for that purpose. So, and I personally, I've never been the biggest fan of a Vengeful Spirit core, but we'll see it here for Blue Pikachu, I guess.
They're going to switch things up for DC, though. Qualifier, he's going to pick up Tiny. He's going to take that mid, I guess. And Mason will take the safe lane with the Timbersaw. Is that how they play it?
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Well, we'll see. I don't know whether or not Qualifier will be the mid, but I mean, that's normally his normal position.
Yeah. No, that definitely is. And just last game, Mason was playing the Tiny, though. So, yeah, clearly swapping things up right here. And maybe that is that inside of deciding to send Tiny mid because of it. So
well, we'll see if Qualifier can do more with the Tiny. Maybe he's like, that's not how you play Tiny. Let me show you.
So some shit talk going on within the team. Yeah, the new man on campus and Qualifier is like, all right, I'll show you guys how it's done. I bet who? Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be happening, but Qualifier is definitely a great player in his own right. I don't think a lot of people would argue against that. So in that first game, he most certainly did pretty good on that Broodmother here. So now see how he does on the Tiny this time.
Smoke bottom and a smoke top. No, they've not smoked the bottom yet, at least, but it looks like they're going to trade 1 for 1 across the runes, just top and bottom instead of left and right.
So MSS playing the Omni Knight and more of the off lane. That set that he has, by the way, is pretty cool.
Is it the new one, is it?
He's got the wings on his back.
Oh, yeah. The hood, the mortal hammer.
Yeah. That is pretty badass. Maybe we're going to see that Spirit Vessel again. Definitely one of the new items that's been fun to see. Is that like of the new items, you think Spirit Vessel is kind of the one that we should see in competitive play perhaps the most chance?
I think so. It basically effectively gives you an AA on the team without having to hit AA. It's huge.
That's a good point.
easy build up as well from the urn. So you would always have the urn anyway, and the extra heal and stuff. I mean, it's just a lovely position for support item to pick up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is the fact that it's just like, yeah, you would get urn already in so many cases. Now having that upgrade, but you get urn early on. Having the upgrade, it just kind of makes it more of a late game potential item too. So mid to late game. Anyways, last game, I know you weren't with me last game. It sounds like you were watching it at least. We had the swaps happening, and right now we already have a swap off the bat. Omni Knight and Sand King come to the bottom lane, and they're going to start duking it out down here against what is the Ursa Clockwork. So it's a melee fest at the bottom lane, but clearly Digital Chaos, they must have expected some kind of an aggressive lane from Blue Pikachu, but that's not the case here.
I think there's no real surprises from the draft for what Blue Pikachu's lineup is going to be. I don't think we could really go one way or another with it. Just that's how you expect those heroes to be. I like the fact they've got the Bulba down here to try and make a bit of mess. Omni needs to get a little bit of farm, I think, to be effective. And offlane's really been this patch in competitive play. Offlane seems to be where things are shining.
Oh, bottom lane. Speaking of shining, Clockwork's going to go down. First blood drawn by MSS on the Omni Knight. I mean, he kind of just almost screwed himself there in a sense. The cogs were just that extra wall that made it so he was not getting away. Clockwork clearly a little too confident with what he had going on. I mean, he had the boots, so that's probably why, but he had boots on Sand King and obviously Omni Knight. Boots himself even, which I think he might have just gone, but still. You get the point. It did not work out in their favor in this melee fest down here.
No, it was perfect. He got him in the repel, kept himself in the purification range. It was a great little clockwork.
Yeah. So Tiny last game. I know it's a different player playing it, Qualifiers and a Mason as we addressed, but one of the interesting things was the idea that he chose to not get a Blink Dagger last game. Didn't have that mobility item. Do you see that happening again here, or being the mid Tiny this time around, different player? Is he gonna get a blink? You think it would be better?
I think he needs. I mean, they've got so much mobility. You've got swaps, you've got clock, you've got Ursa's going to build a blink. Beastmaster's going to probably build a blink. So he needs. I think he just needs it just for survivability. He's going to get gone on here by the clockwork.
Cox going to trap him in place. There's a Hex follow-up. The net coming out. Man, they're damaged though. Seems to be a little bit lacking. Magic Missile finally happens, and it's enough. So, took a while. That was a journey and a half right there for Blue Pikachu, but they eventually do beat through the Tiny to get the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ursa goes down. Looks like Omni Knight and Sand King diving to make that kill happen. So, I just happened to miss, and I miss in the top lane. All right, now goes Beastmaster. I like to ramble on sometimes, and thus kills are missed. But anyways, top lane also goes down. So what was seeming pretty good for Blue Pikachu, they do lose 2 heroes in response.
Yeah, this turned out to be a bad trade. But it does show that they have that lockdown available for any one of the heroes. Like Timbersaw is not going to be a problem for him to actually lock down, as he often can just roam mentally, but he will be able to be locked down, I think. So there's that at least.
Bane comes back to the middle lane. Boots on him. Gonna throw the Nightmare up on a Vengeful. It's taken off by Rasta. Here comes Bulba though. Stuns in onto the Rasta, and that'll be an easy kill on him. It looks like. Final auto attack from Bane to finish the job. All Vengeful could do is just kind of watch nearby. So nice kill happening there. Bottom lane, they're running after the Omni Knight, but yeah, he's got phase boots now, man. So he's just a little bit too fast. And he's able to make it out.
Two in Degen aura as well, so I mean he's kind of slowing them. He didn't take any repel yet.
Yeah, I mean repel down here doesn't necessarily see it. That's what I was saying like from the beginning though, right? Repel doesn't really feel like that good of a tool this game in general. Like the ulti of Beastmaster still goes through it. I mean Hookshot still goes through it. The swap still goes through it. Like there's still plenty that it just doesn't do against. So I can't say I'm too surprised on that. But, oh, yeah, they're getting caught here again at the bottom lane. They're a little bit awkward because, in the response, Bulba and MSS both taking some good damage, but they're going to be fine. And they'll pop that regen. So, yeah, it seems like this Omni Knight lane is going pretty well. Although Ursa, his farm is actually not too bad either. There's another stun. Is that a kill this time? Nope, not enough damage initially, but MSS is going to sit there with the auto attacks. Going to force the magic stick use at least. But, yeah, that level 2 Degen aura. It's just able to run at them. and it just doesn't seem like they can do a damn thing about it. That's got to be so frustrating, right? What do you think about them not having Rasta down here, by the way? Is that a fault maybe of Blue Pikachu?
No, I mean, he was there. He's just rotated out. All three of them are in attendance. The Omni Knight, it doesn't have like an Orb of Venom, and it's like I normally expect to see that it's hard to harass. Maybe it's not so good after they changed it to take off the salve, so patch.
Yeah. Well, Beastmaster level 3 Call of the Wild, so soon to be level 4. And
that's fierce, man. That is fierce.
Random neutral. Scary. What do you think? Is there a neutral of choice that you think Beastmasters hope for, or is it just kind of they react to whatever they get?
No, it's 100% situational, isn't it? I think. Like, I really like the Satyr with the ball. Dude. Oh, Mason's going on in here. I don't think that's.
Yeah, caught that one right there. That was just nice smoke ink really coming up from the tower side. Oh, bottom lane, by the way. MSS, he's running away. Mason, meanwhile, kills Beastmaster. So all three lanes have some action, but it looks like down here, he's going to not only live, but maybe he looks to set up some turns now. Boba, he finds Alarin. On the Clockwork, Bane running over. Nightmare has that level 2 Brain Sap as well. Activating that. The Clockwork Cogs are going to try to box them out, but the nice heal from MSS and the final auto attack from Sand King do him in. So, yeah, now a 7-1 start for Digital Chaos at this point. And similar to last game, though, to be fair, DC did get off to a very good start. But Blue Pikachu last game, they had that one hero in Sven's case that was at least doing very well, and that kind of showed. This time, not to be a negative Nancy here, but they don't really have a lot going for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was much more balanced throughout all phases as far as farm and XP and stuff is concerned. This time around, Digital Chaos was a 3k net worth lead, coming up for 7 minutes. That's a telling story. I don't know though, like if Beastmaster, they've got a lot of nice abilities, maybe they just need some levels, maybe try and get some items and things to turn around.
Oh, level 6 is a good start. Not there just yet. They're going to lose Clockwork again. Mason sitting on top of them. Obviously, he is plenty tanky. They are going to lose Sand King elsewhere. Oh, no, that was right here, but they're going to lose Sand King as Boris, he's now limping away, is level 6, so has the Primal Roar now. But really going on Timbersaw, that it seems like that'd be a very, very costly idea. So not going to do so. Bane is rotating around. And maybe they could catch him. That would definitely be a kill.
Radiant's bottom tower
They can make
attack.
happen, but not going to be given the chance for the time being. But because of these rotations, you see the bottom lane, Omni Knight. In fact, he's going to TP to the top lane now. As he thought action might have been picking up there, but Beastmaster TPs away before too much could happen. So, yeah, I mean, getting level 6, I think Beastmaster for me is kind of the key. And similar to last game, too, to be fair, him on Brewmaster, he used that Primal Split and also proved to be pretty effective in that game. In this case, using the Primal Roar to maybe get a kill or two and kind of trying to snowball off of that, I think, is perhaps what you're looking for if you're Blue Pikachu.
Yeah, I think I've heard stories about Ryu Boris on Beastmaster before, so at least they've got that going for them, you know? But they're going to get, yeah, that top tower's going to fall.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're not defending this one. That should be an easy tower kill.
Tower is under attack.
Middle lane, meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit. I mean, what is Vengeful doing, really? He's got the Ring of Aquila. Power Tread's almost finished. That's the thing, too. Like, how do you build a Vengeful Spirit this game? You just maybe go the Dragonlance, a Hurricane Pike, I guess, potentially, or a different route. Is something else coming to mind?
No, I definitely think maybe like a Hurricane Pike, a Mana, or Soft Grass, something like that. But I mean, you want to get BKB as well. They got a lot of stuff to lock you down. Not as much as Blue Pikachu have got, obviously. I don't know if BKB. I think it probably build it like second or third. I don't think it built it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I expect you to guess every single item correctly, so second he's wrong, he's different, I'm going to call you out on it. All right, we'll see. Scourge McDuck playing the Vengeful Spirit mid. Bottom lane, meanwhile, they lose Beastmaster. He actually even tried a Primal Roar as they were going on him, and he just simply could not cast it. So it's the woes continuing. 9-2 start now for Digital Chaos. Mason, obviously Timbersaw is also a hero that he gets a great start. He just becomes unkillable, it feels like. And they're going to try up here. There we go. Primal Roar activated. They're collapsing as 4 heroes coming together. The Shackle's even used, but man, is he tanky, and Bobo stuns through onto 3. And Rage bot by Villa, but the getaway with the Timber Chain from Mason. He gets a kill on 1. with the chakram down as well. And now Mason looking to help perhaps turn on more heroes at this point. You know, just simply stating how tanky Timbersaw is, and perfect example shown by Blue Pikachu right there.
Just a little bit of help from Bulba was all they needed to stop that guy from raffles.
Yeah.
That's just mental regeneration. I don't know, maybe if they'd comboed, I mean, they used everything, right? Did they shackle? I think they shackled as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Bulba's play there, just coming in a little cheeky stun on 4, you know.
Yeah, that was a good position to be in from the Sand King, and again, all required was that one simple stun really from him. Look at the top lane, by the way. What is MSS doing? He's diving almost to tier 3. He takes out Clockwork with the purification. He has a level 4 purification now, level 3 Degen aura, just again so slow when you're next to him. And now he has the drums finished on top of that. Always love to see the drums. Something about that item I feel like has been so underappreciated for a long time. So picked up here by Omni Knight. Nice team fighting ability or item to have.
10 minutes in, 3 minutes later from last time, and they've managed to triple the net worth difference. 9k for Digital Chaos, man. I think, yeah, this is tough, man. I'm not sure they're even going to be able to hold back. I think they're going to be so much farm and levels on Digital Chaos that they're just going to be able to roll over whatever line they push up.
Well, Jivicus, you can't give up. You're the coach of Blue Pikachu here. You see what's going on. What is your strat? What is your call to Blue Pikachu to at least keep them in this game? What do you tell them?
I don't know, man. Don't fight. Just let your towers go down and kind of push in other lanes. Make them move around you while your cores get some farm items.
Well, the don't fighting thing is already failing here, unfortunately. Rasta gets picked off, and Clockwork, he's going to try to get killed by Newts. Nah, it's not going to work. That hammer, man, just thwacking him over and over again.
Yeah, but space for Beastmaster and Venge, man. Space created.
There you go.
Both of them managed to get 250 gold or so from farming.
Always got to make a positive. Using that Satyr that he has spawned here as well as Beastmaster. So trying to push out the top lane. Yeah, just getting any objective at this point would feel nice if you're Blue Pikachu at 12.5 minutes almost into the game.
There is a Venge who's smoked for Invis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, maybe
I don't think they want to give up tower for it though.
Ursa's up here. They're going, man. They're using everything. Okay. They got Bulba.
Right, worth?
Maybe
not.
I think that is worth every day of the week, no matter how the game's going. No, but DC, I don't know if they're overall too scared here. GA is ready for Omni Knight, so if they get overcommitted, got to be ready for that. Got MSS just hugging the tower. Demon's keeping his distance. He has Fiend's Grip, by the way. And here we go. We're going to see an engagement. He's thinking about it. He puts a Nightmare up on Ursa. Timbersaw comes in with the Timber Chain, takes out the Nightmare right there. Vengeful Spirit, they're going to be locked out by the Fiend's Grip. He goes down. There's that Guardian Angel we're talking about. And all of a sudden, Phil, he's just he's tickling people at this point. AKA really not doing nothing. Ursa, nice shackles on a Timbersaw. Well, not really. He's not going to do as much as far as holding them back as they still take out the Ursa. And now Clockwork, he too is going to fall. So the effort was there from Blue Pikachu, but again, it just seemed like from the beginning that was going to be a failed attempt all along.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think they should have just left it. You know.
Yeah.
Just let them die. Whatever. You know, it's better for the team.
Yeah, it's like killing Sand King and getting the objective, but yeah, they got a little distracted going for more right there. How about the? It's kind of funny because I don't know about you, but I almost forgot Tiny was in this game. They have 17 hero kills. He's been involved in 2 of them. Both assists, but that's just how well this has been going. Oh, they killed Bulba again. Okay.
Yeah, if Qualifier was trying to show his tiny prominence, then he's. I mean, at least last hits wise, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. He's gone Shadow Blade actually instead of Blink, so I think that's normal though. The Shadow Blade combos really well with Tiny's abilities, especially. That's what Arteezy was building actually. I thought because he was mid, he would build the Blink.
Yeah.
He did.
Just some kind of initiation tool. I mean, yeah, Shadow Blade I think is actually fine as well, but yeah, again, last game Mason didn't have either. He just went straight up more like battle build, I guess you can call it. But yeah, Qualifier gets something here, at least in the Shadow Blade. And as we're having that discussion, that was fun. Neutral creep killing the Clockwork there. as he was Fiend's gripped right in them. Rasta, he manages to avoid the avalanche, but you can tell we're at a point already where Digital Chaos is having fun with this now. Diving past tier 2 towers.
I think they're getting to a sort of unthrowable point here. As long as they don't start dying en masse, they can do whatever they want, I guess, for a bit. There's a sneaky Roche going on, though, is there?
Really? Okay. Well, I guess they have her, so yeah, that's very possible, and it's done. All right. Well, got a second life on Ursa now. So that's one of the ways to at least hang in here if you're Blue Pikachu. And
you
give
should
yourself
last at least 8 seconds longer in each team fight now.
Oh man, Timbersaw, 15 charges on that Bloodstone. Out comes a shock, and that's going to be an Aegis already dead. Mason getting a little bit low right there, but healed on up, and he'll be fine. Now Ursa runs on in, Enrage ready to go, but he's just simply running away as they've lost Clockwork already. Swap in from Vengeful Spirit going for the kill, maybe on a Quake Fight, not going to be enough. Magic Missile, no! Ryu Boris throws out the Wild Axes, but also going to be dodged by the Tiny right there. So they take out the tier 2 tower, and DC, they're not going to keep going. Tiny says, all right, time to get back. Enough is enough. Let's not overdo it if you're DC here. Yeah, this has been without the blink, too, on Sand King, who actually now has it being delivered at least at this time. So the draft of Digital Chaos is definitely proven to do quite a bit of work here. Game number 2. And, oh, they're going to find Beastmaster. Maybe? Oh, maybe not. Omni Knight's now going to be turned on, actually. Ursa running with the Rage, but again, the Guardian Angel coming out is just going to go for the TP, and he will be successful. MSS, great escape. Mason, meanwhile, he cuts through the Rasta, but now he's in trouble, and Timbersaw, the raid boss, no, he's still alive, and Timber Chain's away, gets the kill on the Scrooge McDuck, and the Regen's kicking, and the Wild Axes don't do stun enough damage to Timber Chain back and forth. A triple kill for Mason, and Beastmaster, they're calling it GG's, at least keep him alive before it's officially over, but DC will take game number 2. And thus take the series, and they do indeed kill Beastmaster in the end.
Stop hurting me. Stop hurting me. Give up. Good game.
Yeah. That was fun. Well, that was a pretty quick one, Jivakis, but a victory indeed for DC. I mean, was it draft? Was it play? What do you think overall how it played out?
No, I think the damage was done in game 1. By Digital Chaos, winning it, and Blue Pikachu, obviously, they just didn't come back to this game with the same, I don't know, the same life as they had in game 1. I don't know if there was a bit of internal conflict or whatever, and their drafts they just didn't make it work. I mean, I'm not even sure Save even made it to level 6. You know, the idea was that he would be split pushing and whatnot. He only was level 5. But Digital Chaos, you know, really emboldened by their victory, just came online. Mason on Timbersaw, 11-0-6. You know, Demon with the Bane. Look at them, an MSS 5-0-5 on the offlane Omni Knight. He never died, man. On the offlane, when they had 3 heroes that could potentially lock him down, and he didn't scale Repel until, like, I don't know, level 5, level 6. I don't think it was level 6, but, you know, amazing. Digital Chaos showing some form, man. I mean, Blue Pikachu, maybe not the highest caliber, but at least, yeah, I mean, I think this unconventional draft, you know?
Yeah, it's still early on in the new patch, so again, a lot of just trial things happening, more of that here, and DC, they definitely should be feeling good after a solid victory. Again, like you said, it's nothing against Blue Pikachu. They're not necessarily, you know, they're not an EG, a complexity, or anything like that, but it's still a victory, a solid victory for DC with this new roster and the new patch and moving forward now. But still work to be done. They're going to be playing the winner of our next series of what is VGJ.Storm versus Team Leviathan in a best-of-3. And then the winner of that series will then move on to play then Complexity with a chance to try to move to the finals of these NA qualifiers. So again, still a long road ahead of them if they want to ultimately make it to the Summit 8 event, but a good start. As far as Blue Pikachu is concerned, they actually are still in it. They are going to drop down to now the loser side, and they'll play the loser of the VGJ.Storm Leviathan series. With that said, guys, we are going to be on a bit of a break here. This happened to be, you know, a fairly quicker 2-0 series. So the next series set to happen at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is in about an hour and a half from now, actually. So For now, I'm going to keep the stream on. I am going to double check on something. I might just keep it on all the way through. In fact, just because why not? So, but the cast itself will not happen for another hour and a half. But going to be wrapping it up for now. Jivicus, want to thank you for joining for now, and perhaps you're going to be joining me later. So we're going to be wrapping up though on this series. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I was Breaky CPK, joined by General Jivicus here, the Summit 8 NA Qualifiers, DC 2-0 over Blue Pikachu. Hour and a half break. We'll see you then. VGJ.Storm versus Team Leviathan. Until then, guys.
You can be the stars, you can be the stars for me. Show me that you love me like the sky so I can see. Tell me something I don't know, take me where I never go. I wanna know what it'd be like to disappear for a night. You could be the stars, you could be the stars for me. Show me that you love me like the sky so I can see. You could be the stars, you could be the stars for me. Show me that you love me like the sky so I can see. Waste your nights in bars, but save the last drink for me. Untouchable and shining far, you scatter like the galaxies. You call me up when it gets late again, like I'm supposed to know where you've been. Oh, but it doesn't work that way, no matter what you say. I want you until the end. You can be the stars, you can be the stars for me. Show me that you love me like the stars so I can see.
Oh, baby, baby, I want to feel your love. 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 I want to feel your love.
We're no strangers to being alone. We're not perfect. We're just trying to find a place to rest our bones. Could it be you? I can run to. 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 It'll be long, making ladders out of cowboy sheets. We will be gone while we're counting stars, they're counting sheep. Peter, hold your breath, don't make a sound. Just keep running and keep running and keep running. In our heads we're 10 feet off the ground. Just keep running and keep running, keep running, keep running. Feeling alone, never thought I'd see this place again. I'm growing old, in a different world you stay the same. I just hold my breath, don't make a sound. I'm running, I keep running, I keep running. 'Cause I can see you quite as clearly now. I'm running, I keep running. You know that space between us, sleep and awake, where you can still remember dreams. I swear I'll always love you. You know that place between us, sleep and awake, where you can still remember dreams. I swear I'll always love you, and that's where I'll be waiting. That's where I'll be waiting. That's where I'll be waiting. close my eyes, it's all coming to me. We said these walls could never be breached. We all long for that one thing, a life that's worth living. And tonight there'll be a reckoning. I'm ready. Are you with me? And we ride into the limelight, and we shine in our home right, and we'll fight for the good life. They our voices carry you in the change, carry you in the change. And we They our voices carry you in the change, carry you in the change. Should we follow the rules, you and me? Want to beat the system, unleash me. We all long for that one thing, a life that's worth living. And tonight there'll be a reckoning. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you with me? Oh, and we ride into the limelight, and we shine in our home right, and we'll fight for the good life. They our voices carry you in the change. They our voices carry you in the change, carry you in the change. I used to be so innocent. All the things that happened have changed me. Internally, have changed me entirely. Somehow you tore down all of those I placed. said to me, after the things you made me feel. The night goes on and on. The night goes on and on. I used to be so incomplete. I used to fear so many things, but now I'm undeniable, unrecognizable. I used to think I had to be different. All I had to do was listen to the voice within. Listen to the voice within. Somehow you tore down all of the walls I placed to keep me safe from going insane. So how do you expect me to fall asleep after the things you said to me? After the things you made me feel. The night goes on and on. The night goes on and on.
share. You don't share. Don't share. Don't share. Don't share. Don't share. Don't share.
Do we go left? I see no signs. Do we go right? Can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back? It's in your face. First up to mine. What did the day end up in time? How do we fall? How did we fall? Do we go left? I see no signs. Do we go right? Can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back? It's in your face. First up to mine. What did the day end up in time? How do we fall? How did we fall?
All right, guys, just want to let you know that we should be getting things started here shortly. VGJ.Storm versus Team Leviathan. Lobby is up. Players are joining. We are almost ready to get things going. So sit tight, guys. game number 1 of Leviathan versus VGJ.Storm. Coming up shortly. Stay tuned.
ban. Radiant team ban.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to what is our second series now of the night. VGJ.Storm taking on Team Leviathan here. Best of 3 once again. This is the Summit 8 North American Qualifiers. I'm Breaky CPK, going to be joined by my co-caster, Jivakis. Looking forward to what surely should be another entertaining best of 3 series here. But Jivakis, how you doing, man?
Seconds remaining.
I'm doing awesome, man. Delighted to be here. Really looking forward to seeing Team Leviathan on 7.07B. Last time they fought against VGJ.Storm, obviously they won. So I think it's a whole new patch, though. Everything's up in the air. But look at these bans, man. Are these NA bans at the moment or what?
It feels like it. You know, obviously we had the series earlier today that we casted Blue Pikachu versus DC. A pretty decisive victory in the end for Digital Chaos on that 2-0 in case you missed it. But yeah, it's definitely had an NA flair to it. And one of the bigger things is, of course, Tiny being really popular in the NA region. Is banned here by Leviathan, as you're getting at Winter Wyvern on top of that. There's a Beastmaster, Mirana Nightstalker, and Broodmother even coming out from VGJ.Storm. So, you know, whenever we have such a big patch like this, newer, we're still very early on, we're going to have some drastic differences from draft to draft, I feel like.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to experiment with their own particular style and also, you know, their comfort heroes to see whether or not the frog was good or, you know, bad to them. Rubik first pick, though. I like the. I mean, it's such an open pick. Like, you know, you have a position for 4 or 5, I guess, and then that's it. Like, obviously he's got spell steal, so he can take whatever he wants.
Very true, very true. Now, at the same time, if you're VGJ.Storm, of course, you know this, and so, you know, maybe drafting around that idea, not only for the landing purposes, but, of course, what he can spell steal. But, you know, with that buff that happened to Rubik, where now you can use the offensive null field, it's called there, with this passive, so you can make your magic deal even more damage as a result as your teammates. I really think it kind of opens the door even more to be a first-pick hero, as we see from Leviathan. But how about that response from VGJ.Storm, the classic IO coming out? I don't know about you. I actually can't even see the hero on my screen right now, but they do have IO, according to what the text says, at least, and what I heard.
Yeah, I can see it. I had this problem last game where I couldn't see any heroes on the top line, but heroes on the bottom line were fine.
That's what's happening to me, I guess. All right, we're just going to have to go by text. Interesting patch here. Queen of Pain to go with the IO. Very early Queen of Pain, but again, this is a new patch. What's going on here, you think?
Well, I mean, Queen of Pain, been quite popular in the offlane. She could go mid as well. I mean, is this more the IO, though? IO and Quap together? I mean, obviously they're going to look for the strength carry. The new IO, his talents are sick, man. But, I mean, yeah, basically you think I think his 25 talent should be an axe rather than a talent.
The IO, I've had my history of being an IO spammer. Of course, I played in the 3K bracket, and so God life was difficult. It's basically just torturing myself. But the idea with the new talents you're getting at, the level 15 as well, being able to provide ags to teammates, it seems it's a pretty cool idea. Now, I do wonder if that's maybe why they put it in tandem with the Queen of Pain, but at the same time, IO getting level 15, unless you have a really snowbally game, that's going to be a while, right? So it's nice, but it's not like, it's not over the top crazy in my opinion. But of course, you do want to draft around the idea, I think, that he is going to be providing the Aghanim Scepter for you. Again, it goes back to the earlier Queen of Pain pick.
Yeah, it doesn't look particularly strong yet, especially with that Spirit Breaker pickup. Rubik already being there, they control, and they have the charge. Chaos Knight going to get banned out as well, Centaur. Big strength heroes. The Tiny as well, obviously, actually lead us back into that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were thinking that they were going to go IO from the beginning, some sort of BSJ mind games.
Yeah,
10
perhaps. Of course, there's
seconds
plenty of BSJ fans in chat. As I say the letters BSJ, I'm sure tons of
5 seconds
BSJ
remaining.
emotes are going to be happening a couple minutes from now.
Dire team ban.
Also, to clarify, actually, as we're talking on players right here, first off, of course, the Leviathan is somewhat newer roster for them. They have Garter now, of course, recently joining the ranks. But then I believe that is a true standard right there. White Bear. Normally, Slayer is their 5 position, if I'm not mistaken. But from my knowledge, that simply is a stand for the team for this. I don't know any further than that. On the other side,
5
it is
seconds
Ritsu.
remaining.
That is not actually a stand-in. We did confirm. Apparently, he was having issues with his main
Radiant
account. I don't know what it was, but they were talking about it in chat. That is actually Ritsu for
Dire
VGJ.Storm.
team
So it is their full roster, just to make that clear, as we are moving along right here for VGJ.Storm at least. Earth Spirit coming out with their 3rd pick. Classic, I want to say Stan King. Known for playing the... Wait, who's there? I always get mixed up between Snake King and Stan King, dang it. Who's their 4
10
position?
seconds remaining.
It's neither. It's Francis Lee. It's Flea, of course. What am I
5
thinking?
seconds remaining.
Well,
Yeah, I
Francis Lee
think
plays
Flea will
Great
be
Earth
on the
Spirit.
I think Flea will be on the Earth Spirit for sure. That's like, yeah, I mean, you don't. He's God tier, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. No, he's very good with the hero, yeah. And actually, I think Stan King does have history playing Io now that I'm picking up on that. So they're kind of going some signature heroes. I guess that's one thing to kind of stick with if a new patch, earlier
Radiant
on,
team pick.
is try to get heroes that you're just naturally comfortable with in general over time. So perhaps that's a theme of sorts that VGJ.Storm might be going for right here. But Puck is going to be the competition on the other side. In the 3rd pick, yeah,
10
early mid
seconds
heroes being
remaining.
picked up here. Although Puck, you really never know nowadays. Could end up in the offlane just as easily.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I was thinking they were matching the co-op there, with the fact that they could play in either lane. I mean, they're probably going to end up with Queen of Pain in mid, and probably 75% Puck as well. I think.
Dire team
There's no
pick.
need to hide it further. Like, if you already know you're in face, then you can kind of pick into it a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Sun King, though. That's their first real reliable lockdown.
Yeah. Good setup for the Earth Spirit, of course. Allowing him to get the boulder smash off right there.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so Sand King offlane, it looks like, is going to be the happening here for VGJ.Storm. And that will be in the hands of Snake King, if that's where it's ran, of course. But so they still need their 1 position with their final pick on the side of VGJ.Storm. Leviathan still needs their 1, as well as either the offlane or the mid, depending on what they feel. Do you think Quap into the Queen of Pain? I mean, Puck into the Queen of Pain would be fine here as far as the matchup is concerned.
Yeah, I think they probably lane about equally. They both have high mobility. I think Puck probably had slightly more escape, but they both have that blink away as well. I mean, it's a pretty even match. I think maybe actually slightly favoured Puck in the early stages, and then Quap maybe as it approaches 10 minutes. I think we're going to see. Do you think we'll see a Phantom Lancer from PSJ in this game? Maybe.
A who?
Phantom Lancer.
Phantom Lancer. PL. Classic.
No AM actually. AM's not been touched yet at all. either.
Classic BSJ here is what you're getting at. Yeah, that's. I don't know. How has Phantom Lancer been this patch? I'm trying to remember what changes he
Radiant
may have
team
gotten.
ban. Luna.
Well, we're going to see a
He
Luna,
feels-
so.
He feels incredible. It's going to be the Luna though. BSJ on Luna.
Yeah. Oh, Luna. That's one that we really haven't seen for a while. That almost takes, really back to the Luna Shadow Demon days. That's really about a year ago
10
or so
seconds remaining.
when we're seeing that combination coming out. But Luna
5 seconds
picked
remaining.
up from Leviathan here instead. What do you make of Luna for BSJ?
Yeah, I like Luna, man. I think RTZ played Luna quite recently in Dream League as well. So I mean, it's a strong, ranged core. They don't know what they're facing
Dire
off
team
against.
ban.
What is VGJ.Storm's final pick going to be? What's their number 1? Their safe lane farmer going to be? So I think Luna covers a lot of bases, protects you from control. That they can pick up to complement that lineup. Yeah, I like the Luna, man. I'm liking Team Leviathan's drop more and more.
So then if,
5
we've
seconds
seen the Puck is
remaining.
going to be middle, they probably need an offlane. You see a Brewmaster ban there from VGJ.Storm, so they too figure that an offlane is coming. Magnus is still on the board. That's one for me that kind of stands out a little bit. The Empower buff for Luna in
Dire
general,
team pick.
as well as some nice control for the team. Perhaps the direction they could be leaning towards. Bat Rider's another hero that's still on the list of offlaners. Are there any to you that are standing out?
Let's see. We got Sand King, Air Spirit, Queen of
10
Pain, and
seconds
Io.
remaining.
They're all really big lockdown heroes
5
and very
seconds
mobile.
remaining.
I wouldn't mind a Void actually. I think a Void would be pretty good.
They need a Tidehunter. What am I saying? They are Leviathan after all.
Well, yeah, that does go with the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Some Ravage action.
No, but I mean, on a serious note, though, as far as, you know, dealing with a lot of crowd control, a lot of just getting
Radiant
killed,
team pick.
getting somebody that's just truly beefy, and I guess Underlord kind of fits that too, yeah.
No, I was going to say Underlord first, but then I was like, but I don't really like Underlord against just Underlord because it's Team Leviathan. But I don't really like it against the lineup that VG.Storm has got. I mean, I prefer Underlord against more
10
right click
seconds
oriented
remaining.
cards. So I mean, Quap kind of is, I guess, but
5 seconds remaining.
No, that's a fair point. I definitely see what you're saying right there. So maybe Underlord lesser value because of that idea, but still, he'll be that Uber for the team and just a kind of a strong self laner.
he's real beefy. Yeah, I mean, he can take care of himself, and it does give you some options, which for coming in and out of fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely that element. It's not 100% terrible. I just wouldn't think that would be thick.
VGJ.Storm. So they have the IO. I mean, they really don't have the best tethered. Like Queen of Pain, I guess, actually is not bad, but I'm wondering with this one position, are they going to lean towards something to really get that? I mean, Ursa maybe comes to mind as that one position here. Would that be good?
That would be really good. That's beefy, nice. But then Luna, does Luna do enough? Keep him at bay with her Eclipse. BKB. No, I think they need something maybe a little bit different.
Yeah, what direction could they go? Well, they've got about 20 seconds remaining. I was going to say Chaos Knight, but of course that is banned by Leviathan, so definitely not going to be that one. Maybe Phantom Lancer for themselves. Another one on the board, perhaps. Lycan.
I don't know. Lycan could be a thing, actually.
Yeah. I'm kind of just listing heroes at this point.
Oh,
Now select
Medusa.
your heroes.
All right, yeah.
Huh. You know, Medusa Medusa was going through one, but when I think Medusa, I think usually more of a mid, if anything, so it wasn't really leaning towards that, but it actually is going to be perhaps a mid Medusa, though, as we say this, because Ryoyo is going to be the one playing it, and Ritsu ending up on Queen of Pain right here. So, interesting. I wonder how they're going to lane this, and if that's what they're actually going to do, or if they're still going to play, Queen of Pain mid with Medusa in the safe lane, despite the players.
I mean, Ritsu's pretty comfortable mid, right?
Yeah, I mean, not that he can't play mid. I mean, technically on the roster sheet, I believe Ritsu's labeled the 1, and Ryoyo is the 2, but you're right. I mean, they could interchange, so.
10 seconds remaining.
Wouldn't be out of the question here.
I mean, I really like
seconds remaining.
VGJ.Storm's draft here.
Yeah.
I think it's probably easier to do stuff with their draft than with the Team Leviathan draft. But, like I say, Team Leviathan's first outing on this patch. They've been off seemingly training in secret.
Mm-hmm. Medusa is one of those heroes that got a lot of attention with the patch. I think it's safe to say, and again, I mainly speaking from a public games standpoint, but again, we really don't have the most data to work off of just yet when it comes to competitive play, so you kind of look at that. Point being that I guess we shouldn't be that surprised that Medusa is indeed the final pick here for VGJ.Storm, but with that split shot, how it works now, you get the damage now for your main attack being 100%. It just becomes that true passive. So, very interesting final pick, though. Definitely did not see the Medusa ultimately coming.
Prepare for battle.
Oh, it's been picked up quite a few times in pro games.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah, on Dream League, I think mostly. But I wasn't. I mean, it's brilliant. It goes really well with the draft. I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like VGJ.Storm. I think this could be. This first game is really going to dictate the pace, I think, for the rest of it.
Well, and you also look at the IO, speaking of that level 15 talent, I mean, Ags on Medusa is actually not bad at all with that Mystic Snake, and allowing it being that much more powerful, stoning people. Huh. What is going on down here? I got a smoke gang.
Oh.
Leviathan, oh, lift. Who are they going to get? They're going to go for the Earth Spirit. He does have the roll. Can they stop it? Flea's in trouble. The Mystic Snake coming out, but that's going to be first blood. Garter actually drawing it right there on the puck. So nice wraparound from Leviathan. They had no clue to VGJ.Storm.
Yeah, man, nice little morale boost for BSJ's boys.
BSJ's boys. Almost might as well call them that, right? He is the popular player on the team, but no, across the board, this is a very skilled team. I'll say that. I mean, Monkey's forever. Every time I watch this guy, you know, he always seems like he's a solid player. He's kind of one of those that almost like a free agent of sorts. He's been on many different teams, rang for many of teams, but has always kind of been a solid player on whatever he's played for, in my opinion. So, looking forward to seeing how he does on the Underlord. He's top, by the way. With that said, so interesting. They are going to go the aggressive Luna Rubik lane with Spirit Breaker thrown in there. So a bit of a pseudo tri lane.
All right, a little bit early pressure, I guess, against the co-op though.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they need all three to actually get a kill on them. I think that's probably what the situation is there. They're going to get the lift and the bash. And
Queen of Pain safe lane. This is something, man. Ritsu playing the Queen of Pain safe lane. That really is not your everyday. Again, new patch. I know I've said that many of times, and I know everyone knows this, but I don't know if the patch notes would have suggested that we should start seeing Queen of Pain in the safe lane, though. So, very, very interesting. That's what they end up. But I guess this probably is more of a well. Hold that thought, because okay, he's fine. Do you think it's safe to say this is more of a they were confident with the Medusa final pick, so they wanted to fit it in, and thus they wanted to run a mid, so they just sent Queen of Pain safe lane, figuring that should be fine down there, or were they maybe trying this from the beginning? Was this the possibility?
I don't know. They picked the Queen of Pain second. That's the only thing that makes me wonder about it. Like, obviously they were intending, they had a strong intention, or maybe they just wanted to bait BSJ away from his picks and focus around that, and then pull out this Medusa.
Yeah.
But it's 100% what you're saying. The Medusa as the last pick has totally changed how they decided to do it. How they've decided to lane this. But then Quap here is down here by herself, basically as an offlaner. You know, against a tri lane.
Yeah.
You know?
Top lane, speaking of that, you got Spirit Breaker making his way up here, but really just kind of being here as almost like a safety net. If they are going to commit to something, but as we stressed from the draft, I mean, Underlord's a hero that can definitely care for himself. He's not really too scared about dying in most cases. It seems like he's hugging the tower pretty well, and hell, he's almost level 3 actually, so getting some pretty good lane control on top of that for the time being. Io, meanwhile, spending some time in the middle lane, of course, healing up Medusa right now, as you see right there, but now he's going to make his way back to the jungle. Does not have the spirits yet, so got the early bottle. Not going for any kind of jungle Io early on, though. Just going to rely on laning with the teammates and picking up bounty runes here with that bottle.
Yeah, I don't know how happy BSJ is going to be with Harris. But out top, man.
He's fine. Yeah, holding that TP, and he just uses it right after the first stun happens. Nothing they can do.
Yeah, that's the problem with the combo they've got at the moment. Until they get a few levels, don't have any lock down. Like, there's nothing to cancel the TP if they already used the stun.
Spirit Breaker. He's a fun hero to watch usually most of the time. You know, you like him to be active. Nushan, the one playing it here. Do you think, I mean, what's his goal this game? As they say that he's going to charge. No, he's going to stop because of Boulder Smash to avoid that, but he gets hit by the Sand King. The barrel strike, the barrel roll in, and he indeed is going to go down. Rubik ports in, but man, this Io healing up Sand King, making it very difficult to do much damage in return. Sand King himself, as I say that, is getting away from the Firestorm. Rubik's going to fall, but now Flea is also going to go down in response. So, well, maybe not. Rubik actually stays alive. Never mind. Here comes that charge, and Snake King is going to be hit by the charge stun and goes down with the auto attack. So Nusham gets some revenge as they stay around a little bit too long right there. Yeah, they didn't even kill the Rubik, man. Thought for sure that was a kill.
Leviathan coming out fighting, man. They want to make their mark. Sure, BSJ's lane's going a lot better now as well. The Spirit Breaker is just going to roam around, man. Just make as much trouble as possible. He's going to play the 4 for sure. Well, I don't know, he kind of have 2 4s. He's going to die.
Has to say that, yeah. He got the bounty room, but as I like to say, at what cost? He goes down. That's going to be a bounty rune for Stanky. Bottled up, and nice value there So definitely not the greatest trade for the Spirit Breaker. But I guess so. Ultimately, I was getting at see, where maybe he will focus. But at the same time, maybe just going, whatever makes the most sense. Looking for the opportunity anywhere on the map.
No, I think he hits the IO whenever he sees him and just tries to make sure there's no chance of Regal gates out.
Yeah.
And once that's dealt with, he can deal with, I don't know, Jason the Co-op or any of the other guys.
Yeah.
Not the Medusa though. Just stay away from that unless you're trying to lock her down.
Ooh, bottom, Queen of Pain. Yeah, she's going to easily blink away, of course, but some nice harassment right there. Speaking of that Spirit Breaker. As also Rubik makes its way down here. But how's Luna been doing? 23-8. BSJ's quietly been farming away. You got a 20-2 Queen of Pain on the other side. So BSJ has had support for a lot of this. Obviously, they've rotated a fair amount, but mainly getting some help right here. Monkeys forever. Looking at the mini-map, see some action up here. Going to it. Puts the field down and catches a couple with that Pit of Malice. You got Flea off to the side. He's waiting to line this up and go for the kill. Here comes the barrel roll going in the boulder smash. Not using it just yet. He's holding off. The boulder smash eventually comes through, and they get the kill on Monkeys. If anything, he was probably waiting for him to TP. To use it as a stopper right there. So good patience from Flea, and ultimately the kill coming out for VGJ.Storm there.
I mean, they get a kill, but the amount of work they have to put in, he's supposed to be only level 5 now, so just, I think a little portent of things to come. He is going to be one meaty guy to take down.
Ooh, Rubik going a little bit too deep maybe. I think that's actually safe to say because he falls. BSJ, he's now running. I don't think he's going to be in trouble here, just taking as much damage as possible. Maybe Queen of Pain, yeah, he's going to go in with the Scream. Charge from Nusham, going to stall some damage from the Queen of Pain to the blink in 10 seconds. That's going to be way too long. And Luna manages to survive, has that one, the Ring of Aquila, so yeah, they were not killing BSJ right there at that point, but dealing plenty of damage at least. So if you're Leviathan, I mean, I know it's going well for Luna right now, but do you maybe think about, as this game's picking up, more movement's going to start happening from Storm, especially Flea, Queen of Pain getting her levels. Do you maybe send Luna to the top lane sooner than later, or are you fine with her at the bottom lane? As I say this, they find Io, by the way. Get him taken out.
I think I want to see these Ancients get attacked, man. That's what I want to see if I'm Luna right now. I want to see the Ancients ready for me just to go in and, get a good bit of farm on. Between Luna and Monkeys Forever on the Underlord, they can farm Ancients real quick.
Yeah.
So get that stacked up, just so that he's got, like, the idea with the Luna is just to get her super fat as fast as possible, and then stomp before the Medusa really fully comes online.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, that's objectively what they need to do. Whether or not they do that through ganks, by buttoning her up by ganking people with smoke ganks, or just farming.
Yeah.
Into maybe a Roshan, some towers or something. I think, yeah.
Huh. Snaking. How about this build? He's going to be going for the early drums. Essentially playing the offlane Sand King right here, and in fact, there you go. Buys the recipe, so he has it being delivered, or will sooner than later with that courier once it's back at base. But that's a Tranquil Boots, Wand, drums here from our Sand King. So obviously it delays the blink, but it reminds you of Bat Rider really. Bat Rider we see a lot of the times going the early drums over the blink dagger. What do you think of it here?
Yeah, it gives him a little bit extra tank ability, a little bit more survival, maybe 2 or 3 extra epicenter ticks because he doesn't get blown up so fast, Gives you the movement advantage. Is it building to something else now? There was a change to drums in the patch.
Yeah.
I think it maybe made it more cost effective or something.
I believe so. I think it buffed the stats slightly. What I'll tab right now to check, but how do we not know every single change from the patch? We are horrible casters.
Yeah, the active has changed.
Okay. Yeah, I know that they made some buffs to it, but yeah, like I said in the last game, I mean, always been an item that I've been a huge fan of, so I'm definitely happy to see it here. But Garter, meanwhile, puts a Dream Call out. He's using that phase shift, trying to stay alive. BSJ, though, beam onto Io. BSJ already used the Eclipse. No kills coming from it, and now he's trying to go toe-to-toe, but taking some damage from the Sand King, actually. Off elsewhere, there's more fighting going on. I'm seeing BSJ, yes, he does actually TP out successfully, so they kill Io. BSJ gets out. You get the counter Earth Spirit as well, but they will lose the puck off to the side of Snake King's able to finish him off. Ritsu still around, applies the poison to the standing White Bear here, and he will end up going down for the double kill in favor of Snake King. So numbers-wise, it ends up a 2 for 2, actually, when it's all said and done. But Luna manages to live and also got credit for at least one of those kills in that
So
fight.
close. People were so close to death all over the place.
Yeah.
Just like one AoE spell and it would have been on
Medusa not there. She was busy just pushing out the middle lane. And working towards the Mask of Madness. As what? So, okay, yeah, something's being delivered. That's
Dire's middle tower
okay,
is under
phase boots.
attack.
There you go. So
Dire's
Mask of Madness is going to be the
structures are
initial
fortified.
item of choice. I guess we're probably not too surprised to see that, right?
No, I mean that's the normal build now. For most core carries, it's such a good item. The build up as well. They changed the build up. There's no more I think the recipe or whatever it was before. It's quarter stuff now. It's easier to build, and I really like it as well. With the silence and the damage. Like some cores, like Medusa doesn't really have much to do other than her Mystic Snake.
Yeah.
If her mana shield's already up and she's not going to get gone, even if she does get gone, she's probably going to live long.
Yeah, and especially with that multi-shot, I mean, it's such good synergy. So yeah, not surprised, and you see right there, obviously Medusa not doing a lot of work, but comes on over to help finish off Puck.
Radiant's top tower
That was
is
mainly
under
the
attack.
Sanking, really, with the stun lockdown and catching him going for the rune right there. Top lane, I hear a charge coming in. That would be on to Sand King, who has those drums. Did use the charge already. That's 5 more ready to go. Gonna put the Pearl Strike. Nice timing, but the Pit of Malice will root him in place. The beam comes out. BSJ running. No Eclipse just yet, and actually Io now tethers on up to perhaps go for the response. The drums were popped by Sand King. He's running a Pearl Strike in 1. Use it right here, going for the epicenter. On top of the Spirit Breaker. Gonna at least be a kill on him, maybe more. BSJ thinking about going and realizing that's a bad decision. Again, he has that Eclipse. But really, it's only level 1 Eclipse, and there's multiple heroes coming by, a lot of neutrals as well. He made it easy right here. He goes for the Eclipse. Will he get the lucky RNG? Not really. On the neutral, only 1 on the Sand King. He puts the beam out, but Snake King manning up on a BSJ. Going to end up picking him off. Caustic Finale Explosion to finish the job. And now Flea, he's trying to run from the Underlord, pushes him away. Barrel rolls on out, showing us those skills that we mentioned he had from the beginning on that Earth Spirit. And everyone survives on the side of VGJ.Storm, but Io, unless he tethers to somebody, doesn't look like that's going to be the case, as he's going to come back to death here at least. So, well, they will get something out of it, but clearly damage done by Storm here.
Dire's bottom tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
nice little pick off for them there.
Dire's structures
BSJ
are
going to go down.
fortified.
I think he was 3rd highest net worth.
Dire's
It's
middle
highest net
tower
worth anyway
is
on the
under
Dire
attack.
side.
Dire's middle tower
So
has
definitely the
fallen.
juiciest target they could.
Man, Io, he already has an urn here on top of that bottle. He even got the boots, of course, the stick. I mean, urn, bottle, stick on Io, it's just so good value. You're like, you feel so good already. It's almost like, I mean, obviously you would take more on top of that, but that's already plenty for that hero.
No, it's definitely a discount ambulance, dude. Especially, yeah, with the fact your bottle goes across your tether. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
literally, you got the wand as well. Well, it's just a stick, but it will be a wand. He needs the stats, I guess.
They're trying to find Underlord or somebody, but they're smoked up. Snake King hoping to lead the way. Does he have his blink? He does. Jeez, I feel like we just mentioned he got the drums. And he's like, oh, by the way, I have blink now on top of that. So his farm, yeah, 6,300 net worth. He is being very involved. 6-1-2 in this game. No surprise. So,
Yeah, well, he was, you know, getting them time after time. Where it should have been him dead. You know, a little bit more coordination from Leviathan, and he would have died, and most of it, but he just kept getting kills out of it. He's so big, and it's
that was close.
it is the story of this patch as the offlane really seems to get a huge boost.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah, I know
under
you mentioned that in
attack.
the previous game there, and that's definitely an example of it here with the Sand King. Going back to it. So they finally do those Ancients, by the way. I'm not sure how many stats, either 3 or 4, but Luna
Dire's
manages to
structures are fortified.
take it out. So Dragonlance finished on him, not going the Mask of Madness himself. I know that's
Dire's
potentially an
top
item we could
tower
see,
has
you know,
fallen.
really on just many carries, let alone a hero like Luna, but gonna instead go the Dragonlance. What do you make of that? Do you think that was a better decision?
I think the Dragonlance though gives you a few extra things on Luna. Obviously her range, her right click range is really short anyway, so it gives you that extra bit of space. The stat build up as well with the Agi. Like Medusa, I think could probably go for Mask first. I mean, she may still well get the Hurricane Paddock. I think it's just a choice of order. She is actually going for it next.
Nice.
It's a
No,
preference, but I prefer the Mask.
Yeah, nice Burl Strike steal right there from Rubik in response, but it's not enough to save his teammate. The magnetizes up from Earth Spirit. Luna is going to end up ticking down to that. Also, Screaming Pain coming out of the backlands for Kuna Pain. She ends up going down, though. A nice stun once again from Rubik to finish the job right there. Nusham ticking away That caustic finale, almost the end of him, but he'll manage to walk it off and survive. But they've already lost 2 again. They kill Queen of Pain in response at least, but now Medusa's here, ready to push another objective perhaps at this bottom tier 2. Although the creep wave's not really with them, so they are going to have to fall back from it. The creep wave at the top lane, however, is even putting some pressure on. And yeah, Io's not even there. I mean, he's just busy farming the jungle. I guess he relocated in to assist during the actual fight, but finding himself back up there. So another case of VGJ.Storm. They do come out on top, and Leviathan does something, but again, the bigger picture looking better for VGJ.Storm in the end there.
Well, 5k advantage now. 15 minutes, so puck getting wrecked.
What was that? That was in the middle lane.
Mid.
Spirit Breaker 2. Yep. Jumping in with a scream, eating him. All right, double kill for Ritsu there. Playing the Queen of Pain. Oh boy.
I think BSG probably need to think about PKB.
Yeah, that's one of those tough spots though, right? Because it's like, obviously BKB is a great item on Luna, but getting it surly on the duration, and then 2, it's not a great farming tool, so it always feels bad. But I'm with you. I mean, BKB is no doubt a very good item this game.
He actually went back and picked up the Morbid Mass.
Okay. You're right.
Okay. He didn't finish. He hasn't finished his yeah, he's obviously struggling. He's like, well, I can't farm here. I want to get more. I need lifesteal, so he picked it up instead of the overclock. It's a BSJ thing though, man. He often builds like 3 or 4 items at once, but it just has like 1 piece of each item.
Yeah.
I think that's over exaggerated by far, but you know.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is very interesting. Definitely changing his mind right there. Is safe to say. So he's going to go to the bottom lane and look to pressure the tower down here. Fleet, meanwhile, going to be caught coil, and he doesn't really have support nearby just yet, although TPs are coming in, so they lose the Hero Spirit. Here comes the relocate, though. Queen of Pain tethered up with the IL. The bash on Medusa, but of course has that mana shield, although it's all gone all of a sudden. The Eclipse helps to take him out at a 2-for-1 right there in favor of Team Leviathan actually happening. And now they're putting plenty of pressure on this bottom, and vulnerability's coming out, but that's just delaying the inevitable. So big kill on Medusa. That Eclipse seemed like it did a lot of work actually. And that's
I didn't think she was going down. I thought, yeah, I was going to tether and heal up, but boom, she's gone. I don't know, maybe he toggled off his mana shield or something. That's the only thing I can. It just evaporated.
Yeah.
Or maybe Rubik turned on his offensive null field.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, we mentioned. There. I don't know if it's a connection to Twitch or something like that, but I'll try to keep an eye on it and maybe do a restart if it calls for it, but sorry about that. Back to the game, though.
I see a few frame drops there. Just
yeah. No, I am dropping actually, as I mentioned that, now I'm dropping again. Dang it. All right, well, I'll keep an eye on it. If it happens a little bit longer here, I might just try to restart on a different server to make it better. But, okay, back to the game. You look at Underlord here. He's scouting some things out, but not going to look for any, or not going to go on any opening. He does have a Rod of Atos picked up. A very interesting, really first item here for Underlord. Rod of Atos.
Yeah, I think it goes hand in hand. I think it does. They go hand in hand together, the Underlord and the Atos. Just good abilities.
Yeah.
Gives them an extra bit of catch. I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to get Mechanism next, but I wouldn't be surprised to see, like, Blink Dagger as well, or maybe a 4-star.